What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I've had my Bilstein 5100 lift on my truck for about 8 months now. In that time frame, I've done a lot with it. We've gone on a super long road trip up to Canada. I've done a ton of off-roading, and more recently I've gone overlanding a couple times. So I kind of wanted to do an update and let you guys know what I think about this lift kit and how it's treated me in the long run. So to remind you of the specifics of the kit, I have Bilstein 5100 shocks front and rear. I have Old Man Emu springs up front, the two 887s, which provide 2 inches of lift. In the rear, I went with Deaver Adaleafs, which is another 2 inches in the back. So I have 2 inches of lift front and back. And the idea behind that was to keep the rake, so the back a little higher than the front, so I could load it up when I go camping, overlanding, whatever you want to call it. Whenever I have a load in my truck, I wanted that to be able to sink and level the truck out. So this weekend, I have a big camping trip that I'm going on, so I'm going to load up the truck so you guys can see the gap between the tires and the fender, unloaded versus loaded with my camping gear, which I'm estimating to be around 300 pounds with water and food and the tent and all that stuff. So I'm gonna load it up. Okay, so now I have everything loaded up. I'll just run through what I have. My tent, obviously, shovel, fire extinguisher, traction boards, and then in here I have a tarp, so not much weight. That tote has pretty much everything I need for camping is in there. I just throw it in the truck and go. The stove, this box is full of food and it's pretty heavy. Cooler with more food. I have 2 chairs. There's an extra tent for some friends that are coming along with us, and then these are cots for the dogs. So this is what the back of my truck looks like right now. A few items that are still gonna go in here are water, and clothes and toiletries and stuff like that for the trip. Oh, and wood. I still need to pick up wood, which is gonna be quite heavy. Like I said, this is not my normal camping trip, so there's way more weight going in the back of the truck this time than normal. We have 8 people coming. It's going to be a 3-night camping trip. The dogs are coming. There's just a ton of stuff that we have to bring for this one. So this isn't the norm, but this is essentially my normal packing for overlanding. So I kind of wanted to focus on overlanding specifically for this lift update, but I quickly wanted to say it's been really good for me just as a daily driver. I've mentioned it kind of harshened things up a little bit, but I mean, I think you really have to think about it to be able to feel the difference. Off-roading, it's been excellent. You guys have seen it out at Tahuya. It's allowed for enough articulation. The approach and departure angles have been obviously improved, and that's helped me out a lot. And the Adaleaf, I was actually really surprised that I don't know really what I expected. I haven't had any experience with an Adaleaf, but it has allowed for just a tremendous amount of flex and tuck for the rear of the truck. So it's been really, really good off-road. It's been really good daily driving. Road trips, it wears you out a little bit because it is a bit stiffer. So the road trip I took was like 6 hours one way, 6 or 7 hours. Either it was a good trip, and that kind of beat me up a little bit. But yeah, now for overlanding specifically. So this lift has worked out perfectly for what I've intended it to do for overlanding. I put a load in it, and the truck gets to level and maybe it's, you know, still a little higher than level in the back, which is exactly what I wanted. The one real complaint I have about this lift is once you start putting a load in the back, it gets really soft and it feels kind of floaty. So to resolve that, I would have to get like a medium duty leaf pack, something that handles around 600 pounds. That would fix that. I would love to get an adjustable shock or something for the rear, just to be able to tighten everything up a little bit under load, because that's really the main issue that I have with it. It does great as a daily driver, it's been great off-road, but as soon as you put a load on it, it really starts to just float around a little bit. I think it's just a little bit too soft for the truck with a load and off-road. Still very capable, it's just a very different feeling, and I would love to be able to kind of adjust that and tighten it up a little bit off-road and bring that closer to how it feels as a daily driver. It shakes my confidence a little bit, honestly, when I'm off-roading and I have that, like, and the back end feels like it's doing whatever it wants to do. To be honest, I don't know if that's just something inherent with overlanding, with putting a load back here. I don't know if that's something that I just have to deal with. I'm pretty positive an adjustable shock would really help me in that situation. I know a stiffer leaf spring would definitely help me in that situation. But you're talking about what, a leaf pack is like $400 at least. Adjustable shocks, I mean, thousands of dollars there. So for the price point for the 5100s, I still love it. I would still highly recommend it. It does everything that I want it to do. It's just that one complaint. But still, I've been able to go out and do awesome things and put all this crap in the bed of my truck and still go off-roading and do all the things that I want to. So 5100 kit, I still recommend. I mean, for the money, I just don't think you can beat it. So anyways, I'm gonna do my first solo trip soon. I'm really excited to go do that. I think I'm gonna go to Wilkeson. It's an area I'm familiar with, and I know the perfect campsite for it. I'm gonna do some shooting while I'm out there. A lot of people have requested that I bring guns back onto the channel, so I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. There's still one more week to go in the giveaway for the fire extinguisher and mount. I have everything here. It's ready to package and ship out to whoever wins it. So be sure to watch that video and enter with the directions that I left in the video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.